Konnichiwa and welcome everybody to Chrono Reviews and another Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works Figma review. And this time it's Emiya Shirou from the Unlimited Blade Works anime. And just like Rin, I'm not going to point out the new boring layout of the box, so I'm going to go straight at it with showing off the box. And it's the same as Rin, the sticker is here for the license. And there is pictures, the poses on the back and on the sides and top and bottom. I must say it's nice to see those Figmas with the school uniform because it's versions that were never released before, but the designs were there in the older Figma, so maybe they wanted to release something new instead of the old designs another time as a re-release, but maybe they thought it was better to release some alternate outfits from the series, so maybe it would sell better. And I'm thankful because I get new variants. Alright, here we have Figma Emiya Shirou opened up. So let's get straight to it and check out the articulation. The shirt is soft, so when you bend his legs or the torso joint, it bends pretty well. And the arms are ball jointed. There are elbow joints and ball jointed hands, ball jointed head. The legs are ball jointed. There are knee joints and ball jointed feet. And Shirou also have one of those toe joints. So if you want running poses or other dynamic poses, he's a lot more poseable than the original Shirou Figma. The details are clean as expected from the new Figmas. There are no paint overflow from the wrong details, no smudging, and the face is clean and accurate as usual. Getting on with the accessories, there are the Figma bag, there are the Figma base, which also, as seen on recent Figmas, have this that was in the past for long hair, but now it seems it's standard even for characters like this with short hair. Then there is also the new standard, which is the reserve peg for hands in case one breaks, I suppose, but I haven't had that accident yet. Then there's a set of hands. There is with command spells and without command spells, and one hand with those lines for when he does his trace on thing. Right, one hand fell off. They do not always stick too well to the storage rack, but they stay good enough. So God bless the Figma bag. And then there's his school bag. It's one detail that was not included with Figma Rin, but it's nice to have. And there is, just like with Rin, there are extra shoes that are attached to those. That's probably just for holding. I'm not exactly sure why, because in the past Figma shoes, extra shoes were just laying as they were. Those also have the toe joints. Then there is two different faces, shouting for battle, and one more serious face, or I think it's more like a little bit worried. And then there is a new thing that is his metal pipe that he used strengthen on. I think this is a nice addition and represents the school scene very well when he's attacked by Lancer. And then last but not least, it's the blades that Archer used and Shirou in Unlimited Blade Works. And those are identical casts to the old swords that came with Figma Shirou, and also the same ones as with Figma Archer. And here we have Emiya Shirou post up, and I must say this Figma was a joy to pose. Usually it's quite hard to make dynamic poses with male Figmas, I think, because, I don't know, it somehow feels less dynamic. However, it might just be the physique of the body itself you need to learn to master. However, this one was a joy because these toe joints really add to what you can do. So a simple pose like this, I posed him with the metal pipe and making it ready, it looks like he's ready to step forward and attack with it using the toe joint to lighten up his foothold right there. I must say that this Figma was a huge improvement from the first Shirou. And I used this because I wanted to have a different pose and a different appearance compared to the other Figma to make a better contrast. So without further ado, I'm going to compare both Shirou, and I must say they are comparable, but still there are a lot of differences, like the detail of the hair and the color of the hair, but that's more like a studio thing. The eyes are quite similar despite being different studios, but that's just a good thing. The detail a lot cleaner on the new one, the posing are a lot easier. And then we also have to compare with Figma Archer, which is also a very good figure that I'm going to review later because I have not reviewed him. I just opened him up out of excitement back when I bought him. So that's a planned review. Now to compare now, when I have those up, this is the new blade for this Shirou, and it's identical to the one Archer have. But it varies in the paint job slightly from the old Shirou because this one is slightly more shiny. So the painting and the contrast in the painting are a lot stronger than the old Shirou. However, the new blade on Archer are identical to this one. The silver blades are less different. The tint on the metal is slightly different on this new one and the old one. However, the Archer one are identical. So let's just put those aside and make one last duo to complete the set of Rin and Shirou. Here are both Rin and Shirou together. So they are ready to fight off some enemies right now. I must say those two are, for being yet another fake Figma of yet another one of the same character, I must say I don't mind because those are awesome. I really love those Figmas. I don't mind versions. However, I must admit it's most interesting when new characters are released. I still wait for a slight glimpse of hope for a Figma Lancer. It might never happen, but at least there are a little chance. And with the Heaven's Feel movie coming out, I really hope for Figma Sakura and some more Figmas from Heaven's Feel as well. It would be awesome. We can always dream. But as for those Figmas, and in this case specifically Shirou, I highly recommend this Figma, and as I said, both of them are awesome. So I will end it with that. So until next time, take care and sayonara.